Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I decided on doing another eco lifestyle build. I've really been enjoying these. I'm really enjoying the pack. In terms of build and buy items and in terms of gameplay, I think that I'm just really enjoying the new content. So you probably will see another few more videos, especially like specifically on eco lifestyle, and I would apologize, but as I said, I'm really enjoying the pack, so I hope you guys are enjoying it too. So what I went for in this build was a more modern build than what I generally go for. I normally go for family homes, which are, you know, they normally have 2 or 3 bedrooms to them, and yeah, no, I went completely different this time. I went for a 1 bedroom, more open plan home, and I think it turned out pretty nicely. I like the contrast that it ends up having between the wood and stone, and I think that it's just very different from what I normally go for. So I hope you guys don't mind me just kind of exploring different styles, and I definitely get to do that a lot more with this new pack, because a lot of the stuff I wouldn't normally go for, and I think that it puts me out of my comfort zone a little bit more, and it teaches me how to build a bit differently, which I can appreciate. So here you can see I did a skylight, and I don't normally do them, but I thought that it looked really nice for this build, because I think that if it's going to be an eco build, you need to make the most of the nature around you and what you can embrace. So I thought that having that skylight there would reduce bills in terms of lighting, because you wouldn't need lighting or much lighting in this build, because there are so many windows and there is that skylight. So it would save a lot on your electricity bills, which I think is pretty cool. I went ultra modern with this, and I used those glass fences from Get Together, and I think that's the only Get Together item I used. I did use a few different packs in this build, so it wasn't just a base game plus one other pack sort of build that I've been doing recently. I used Eco Lifestyle, Discover University, Seasons, Get Together, Jungle Adventures, Tiny Living stuff, Laundry Day stuff, Cool Kitchen stuff, and patio stuff. A lot of the stuff that I use though is it can be replaced by other stuff. So things like those glass banisters could be replaced by the base game ones, and I don't think I use anything else from Get Together quite honestly, so it's easy enough if you don't have the packs to just replace it. This build is on the gallery. Sorry, it is on the gallery. So if you are interested in downloading it, feel free to, and my gallery ID is JD2102. It's in the description box below, so yeah, feel free to download it, and I hope you enjoy it. So as you can see, I'm moving on to the kitchen here. I wanted to keep the build pretty interesting, I suppose, in terms of design, and I wanted to keep it very modern because I really wanted to push myself in this build, and I did exactly that. So I ended up putting some solar panels on the roof, and there will be a dew collector in the garden as well. So it's not much in the way of energy saving, but the roof tiles that I used as well are also solar roof tiles, so it does give you a bit more of a green footprint, eco footprint. So hopefully that's enough. Otherwise, I mean, you could always put in some wind turbines onto the roof, which would also look quite nice, I think. And so I'm just adding a little bit of clutter into the kitchen here. I didn't want to add too much, and I think that this looks very realistic, because sometimes I add a lot of clutter, and if this is just got 1 bedroom, normally that would mean it only has 1 or 2 sims. So I think that would mean that they probably are able to keep it a bit tidier than if it was a family, because they might have a bit more time on their hands than a parent of like 4 kids or something. So I used this shelf again, and I know I used it in my last build, but it's so beautiful, and I just put a lot of plants onto this, and it clutters up so nicely. I also liked how it sat on that accent table and how that looked as a unit rather than just being the shelf. So I was kind of experimenting with that. So I just put that coat stand at the door, or that coat rack, and I really like that. I think that the black and white goes really well with the rest of the color scheme of the house, and I think that's why I like that so much actually. So I went with these black couches, kind of to go with the rest of the color scheme. I kept it very black and white, and I added a few accent colors, which you'll see in just a little bit, from accent walls and from curtains. I also added a lot of brightness through the greenery of the plants, which I think looks quite nice. And yeah, I add those candles in from base game. I don't normally use them, so it was nice actually seeing them, and they got nice bright colors to them. The swatches are nice and bright, so I think they can add a lot of color to a room, which I thought added a little touch more, like it made it a little bit more interesting. So you can see me added in these curtains here, and the way I wanted to do it was I wanted the curtains to almost look like they ran from top to bottom, because I have those windows running from top to bottom pretty much, so I wanted them to look like they were super long curtains that ran from top to bottom. And I know you can't really get that in The Sims 4, so I tried my best with these regular size curtains, and I think that the downstairs area is probably my favorite part. I think it looks really beautiful, and actually somewhere that I would probably want to stay, so I think that it looks nice. And here you can see me going onto the bathroom. I wanted to do a bit of a different bathroom layout from what I normally do, because I feel like it's getting kind of repetitive with how I lay out my bathroom, so I wanted to lay it out just a little bit differently. And so I added a few different things in. I added that shelving unit above the toilet, and I added an accent wall into the bathroom, which is also new. I couldn't fit that mirror above the sink, so I decided to put it to the side so that it's still there for your Sims if they want to use it, but it just means that they'd have to look next to them rather than straight in front of them. I don't know if that's still functional, but there is another mirror in this build. It was more as a decoration to look like a normal bathroom. So going on to this bedroom, I think that this bed is probably my favorite bed in the entire game. I think that it looks very, I wouldn't say realistic, because most beds don't look like they've kind of been stitched together, but it just gives a much homier vibe. I think that the way it's made, the way the bed's made, is very realistic to how people would normally make their beds, and maybe that's what catches my attention with that bed. So the plant pot wouldn't place on that cupboard, so I had to stick the cookbook on top of the cupboard so that it wouldn't auto snap to the top of the cupboard. And I just used the 9 key on my keyboard to lift that plant up to the right level. I also added a chest table into this build. I wanted to add a few skill building items, so there's a laptop downstairs on the kitchen counter, and there's that easel there, and there's also a bookshelf and a chest table, so there's plenty of skill building items in this as well, for whatever career your Sim decides to pursue. I wanted to add some greenery to the outside of the house as well, because I thought that the wood with its natural tone would look nice with some greenery against it, so that's what I decided to do. And I just added those plants in from Seasons, I believe they're from, and I think that they finished it off quite nicely. And moving on to the outside, I used this nice fence that came in Eco Lifestyle. I think it adds a bit more privacy than a lot of the other fences, and it looks really nice. So I add a barbecue in as well, because I don't think it would be one of my builds without adding a barbecue in. And so I added that barbecue in. And I added a little seating area as well. I didn't add a dining table for the outside area, but I thought that the sitting area would be perfectly fine for, you know, just having a meal outside. So that's what I decided that would be okay. I added some plant boxes as well, and there's that dew collector which I've moved over to the side there. Anyway guys, this is pretty much the end of the build. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.